And so, it continues. Hello there, welcome back to Max's Writing Advice Q&A. In tonight's episode, I have a very special question sent by one of our long-time watchers, questioners, writerly friends, and I am delighted to answer it in today's video. But before I go on anywhere, if you're new, hey there, I answer writing advice questions. This is the lightning format where I answer one question, I let it stand on the spotlight, but if you have a writing question of your own, I make it a point to reply to all of the questions that I get in the comments down below. It's true, give it a try, leave a question down below. But for the time being, let's dive right in. Let me step into the formal disclaimer, as always, to remind you that the following is merely just my advice, my opinion, and what works for me. Don't take it as gospel, instead take it as the ramblings of a silly person who looks a little bit, or rather precisely like this. So, a few things happened recently, which understandably so have inspired this question from William, longtime follower. I always have a blast answering your questions, and I think this is one that we must talk about. Though you already know because you clicked on this video, I don't know why I'm building it up. The question goes a little bit, or rather precisely like this. Given the times we live in, any thoughts on having the courage to write about LGBTQ characters and/or other minorities when you are that minority? These last few weeks have been a little rough on everyone. And I remember very vividly trying to put how I felt to words. And a dear friend of mine on Twitter, at Avery Watt, dear friend of mine, a little bird, put it much more eloquently than I ever could have said so myself. All my games and stories just got 1,000 times more gay. I was so pissed when Avery said that, because I've been trying for like 3 hours to externalize that same feeling. Because I've been sitting there, going through draft after draft of 140 characters. How do I say this? How do I say how I feel? And then Avery just nails it in just one tweet. Now, silliness out of the way, things have been a little disheartening. That is without question. But beyond all of those things, I can't help but feel this drive, I guess if I most use that word, determination. Because no matter what's going on, I feel here that I'm not gonna stop writing these stories. Because the world needs stories. Our culture, the world as a whole is better when there are more points of views and when there are more stories. So, again, the question once again, how do I find the courage? How do I find the courage to keep on writing about my queer characters, regardless of what is going on at this moment? Regardless of the things people say, how do I go on writing? And I find that my answer is twofold. The first part of it is dedication to the story. I have found the story. Only I can write it, only I can tell it, and I feel a sense of dedication and a sense of responsibility to write these characters, and to write them as truly, as honestly, as they come to me. That's my responsibility as the writer. And I feel that desire, because aside from, and I'm using really big, and I'm not saying like eloquent words, but big words like responsibility and dedication, but I also enjoy them and I love them, and I had fun writing them, and it's all this package of, it makes me feel good and I enjoy it, and I am creating something that I'm proud of, so I continue on creating it. The second part, though, is a lot less kind, because it's just spite. Because I feel that there are people out there, and I've gotten so many people in the past who yell at me for what I write, and I feel a part of me who receives that sort of negativity, and instead of feeling sad, or instead of losing faith, I grow only stronger. Cause no, screw you, I'm gonna keep on writing this story. You can't stop me. Not you, not anyone in this bloody planet is gonna stop me from writing the stories I want to write. I know, it's not very nice, and it's not very nice. It may be even contradictory to the character that I present, but part of me just feels that sense of spite. Because I don't feel that anyone has the right to stand and tell me you can't write that story. You can't talk about these characters. Least of all because they're queer. Screw you! You can't stop me. As I've said in the past, and I'm gonna say it one more time, this is my shop, this is what I'm selling. If you don't like it, get out! It's really simple. You could call it determination. If you don't want to call it spite, let's call it determination instead. But I feel this strong feeling inside of me whenever I hear that sort of... Okay, I'm putting it kindly. It's not feedback. Why are you writing gay characters is not feedback. And more importantly, these characters' stories matter and are important. And I will give them justice and you can't stop me. So, rambling aside, William, anyone out there who feels dread at the things that have been happening in our world currently and feels uncertainty regarding the future, the things that could happen, and a lack of courage or fear, I guess, when it comes to wanting to tell these stories, especially when they are in part our stories, I say keep on writing. The world needs more stories. The world needs your story. Okay? Okay. Okay. Turn that down now, Max. That was too touching. That's too sappy. Somebody say a butt joke. Take care. Stay strong, okay? That wasn't a butt joke. But that's for anyone out there who's still doubting. Alright? Stay strong. Keep on writing. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't tell your stories. But anyhow, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for tagging along. If you have thoughts on the answer that I provided, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below, as well as questions for future videos. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for tagging along. New outro, 20 seconds. Subscribe if you haven't already. There should be a playlist. There should maybe be a link to my Patreon. I'm not sure. This content is funded by viewers just like you, so if you want to watch videos early and help me continue on to make the content that I do, then please consider supporting my Patreon. But for the time being, I gotta get going. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. And I'll see you on the next one.